Now to a story of Sydney's shame. On the edge of one of the world's richest cities at a time of record prosperity, National 9 News has uncovered a terrible case of neglect. In the bushland around Brooklyn, on our northern outskirts, hundreds of homeless people are living in caves and makeshift camps, an entire community of fringe dwellers hidden out of sight and out of mind.
Trevorski, how are you, brother?
They're known to locals as the bushes of Brooklyn.
Dry after last night's little downpour, I see.
Oh, mate, it's not a waterfall.
55-year-old Trevor Torrens was once a mechanical engineer for Qantas and Telstra. He was retrenched in 1993, divorced, turned to the bottle and ended up here.
They don't want me anymore.
His one comfort, this rock ledge, protection from the rain. His possessions are few, but the one asset most valuable, a sense of humour. What's the worst thing about being here?
I get a confrontation with these guys.
These blokes are Westy, a former violin teacher from Borkham Hills High School, and Frogman, an ex-marine engineer from South Australia.
But there's one of the drier spots.
Frogman took us on a tour of his neighbourhood.
Stick your head round there and you'll see.
These makeshift tents litter the bush. A few metres away, the home of Ellen, who didn't want to be taped.
She's got, suffers from arthritis.
She has $1 million view, but barely enough plastic to cover her belongings. Officials believe 200 people shelter in caves from Brooklyn to Hornsby, but who knows exactly?
I'd say the figure's probably closer to 2,000 than it is 200.
While many of the homeless would take up the offer of temporary housing if it came along, there are some, though, who would never leave what they call their bush paradise. Such as Rex, who used to work on oil rigs. That was 11 years ago.
If I won Tats Lotto tomorrow, I wouldn't move.
One night a week, the park becomes a kitchen, thanks to Salvation Army volunteers. For some, it's their only connection with the outside world. A world that's mostly abandoned them. Lynda Kinkade, National 9 News.
Shrek and his donkey sidekick were back on the big screen for the premiere of Shrek 3 in Sydney overnight, but it was the voice behind Princess Fiona who grabbed all the attention.
In the glow of the paparazzi, Cameron Diaz braved Sydney's cold snap as she hit the green carpet with her on-screen husband. Not surprisingly, the Hollywood sweetheart who placed the voice of Princess Fiona stopped traffic outside the State Theatre as she greeted hundreds of screaming fans. Shrek III sees the lovable green monster crowned ruler of Far, Far Away. But with no interest in being king, he goes in search of a replacement, leaving Princess Fiona to protect the kingdom.
As far as with Fiona, you know, she is delivering a message that is not just for girls, but it's for everyone.
The movie has already shattered the opening weekend record for an animated film in America, bringing in $148 million and topping the last record set by Shrek 1 and 2. Did you expect the third one to do better than the others?
Yeah, of course I did. This is, you know, we're talking DreamWorks here.
And already production is underway for Shrek 4. How many Shreks do you plan to keep doing?
As many as until, you know, hopefully Fiona doesn't get killed off in the next few. I'm always like, you gotta keep her around, right?
Let's hope not, especially when she's saving the kingdom.
Yes, exactly.
Shrek III opens in cinemas around the country from June 7. Lynda Kinkade, National 9 News.
After a 6-month nationwide search, 4 teenage boys have been cast to share the title role in the stage adaptation of the movie Billy Elliot. Although they've been rehearsing for weeks, their selection was kept secret until today.
Just like the Billy Elliot character, these boys are a leap closer to their dream of becoming professional dancers. They're the final 4, chosen from more than 1,000 young hopefuls for the most sought-after role in Australian theatre.
My mum was like crying because she was beside herself in the meeting and I was taking deep breaths.
People will know me more better in billboards and yeah, it would just really be wonderful.
Billy Elliot tells the story of a young boy from a tough mining family who follows his dream of becoming a ballet dancer. Each of the four would take turns in the lead role.
Very exciting, extremely exciting, yeah. Great, I love moving to music for dance. It's just what I've always wanted to do.
Since opening on the West End 2 years ago, Billy Elliot has made over $130 million, and already it's fully booked until 2009. With all the indications this show will be just as popular, these boys will be entertaining more than 16,000 people a week for at least a year. Billy Elliot opens in Sydney in December. Lynda Kinkade, National 9 News.
That one member of the family who rarely receives enough recognition was honoured today on Mother's Day.